This idea of being on the dance floor and on the balcony is a great way of thinking about adaptive work. When we're in the middle of the dance floor and we're bumping elbows and butts and elbows and backs bumping into everybody, we're in the middle of everything and we don't have a good perspective of what's really going on.
We spend a lot of time on the dance floor where we're in the midst of the action, where we're moving from one thing to another. And I think that maybe we're not getting the results that we want. To help that is to go up on a balcony and look at what's happening in this organization. Look at the systems and patterns about what different groups are doing, or including yourself, and how are you behaving?
We spend most of our time on the dance floor. We're afraid of the balcony. We want to get it done. And it's perfectly human, it's perfectly great. And you can't make progress on an adaptive challenge, on the really important things, the things that we care about in our organizations, if we don't take a little bit of time to notice what's going on.
Going to the balcony and looking down on what's going on helps people to change their course of action and try something different.
I love sitting in a meeting thinking about getting on the balcony. And what's going on in my head there is that means beam myself up and pretend I'm, floating above the meeting on that little balcony and just check out what's going on down there. How am I deploying myself? What am I, am I asking questions or am I acting like an authority or deferring to some authority? Am I treating this meeting as a chance to make progress on something we all care about, or am I trying to get it done? And so I go up on the balcony to check out what I'm doing, to check out the roles other people are playing.
We all know this to be true in lots of different ways. Think about football teams. They put some coaches in the press box and some coaches on the field. Think about those great athletes who seem to always be able to know where everybody is on the field, even while they're in the midst of the action. Well, we think leadership is really the same way. You've got to be able to separate yourself, to give yourself space to think about what's adaptive.